Pisces Horoscope, August 2020. You're a little less shy and more likely to speak your mind when Mercury enters outgoing Leo on August 4th. While you're normally perfectly happy working backstage, you actually don't mind being in the spotlight now. Show off some of your creative talents that no one else has seen before. Love goddess Venus leaves restless Gemini for security seeking Cancer on the 7th, so you'll be looking for long term relationships, both romantic and platonic, instead of short lived interaction. You're very good at creating a home like atmosphere now, especially when it comes to your cooking and decorating skills. You can look forward to an invigorating Leo new moon on August 18th that will have you looking for love and attention anywhere you can get it. You're not desperate, but being adored sounds kind of great. Pay close attention to the comments on your social media posts. It's possible someone will say something you weren't expecting that makes you feel really good about yourself. An emergency or crisis is imminent during the Venus Pluto opposition on August 30th, and it might be a challenge to remain calm. Whether you caused it or had no part in it, the effects are still the same. You'll have to find a way to deal with it instead of sticking your head in the sand. This probably isn't going to go away on its own, Pisces. Egyptian insight, spiritual, intellectual, physical, social, and emotional aspect of the self for Pisces in August of 2020. Seven of Pentacles for spiritual, Seven of Wands for intellectual, Ace of Pentacles for physical, Three of Swords for social, and Death for emotional. Seven of Pentacles, the Royal Diadem. Ostrich feathers, surrounded by seven coins. Positive aspects, recovery, harvesting the fruits of one's own work, exchange, start of business. Negative aspects, impatience, apprehension, anxiety, need for money, financial difficulties. This is spiritual aspect of the self being out of alignment of your 3D realm or in alignment of your 3D realm, or your physical body, or your mental, your emotional, your social aspects, your physical aspects of yourself are either in alignment with the spirit or out of alignment with the spirit. You're either listening to source or you're not listening to source, creator, God, whatever you want to call it. This is a reflection of what you're going through. Your spirit's like, hey, if you would only listen, things would probably be good. Or if you are listening, things are going to work out. Seven of Wands, Neckbet's Vulture. Power of the Mother God, referencing return of all living beings to nature. Positive aspects, discussions, negotiations, plans of alliance, enemies to affront, lively exchange of ideas. Negative aspects, violent clash of opinions, risk of financial losses, weakness, and all. Once again, it's referencing what I was saying with the spiritual aspect of yourself. Are you on the more positive or negative side of the card? Are you flying high or are you flying low? Your intellectual aspect, this is what you're thinking about. This is what your mind is on. Which wands do you have? The three upside down wands or the four upright wands, but two are crossing, and it's crossroads. Discussions, negotiations, plans of alliance, enemies to affront, lively exchange of ideas, or violent clash of opinions, risk of financial losses, weaknesses, and awe. Which one are you looking at? Which way are you looking? Are you upside down? Maybe you're like this, flying upside down, you don't realize it. In space, Up is according to what position you're in. So which way is your mind? Which way you're thinking? What's going on? Ace of Pentacles, Ra-Aten's glory, rays of light, symbols of beneficent power shine from a solar disk, ostrich feathers, earth, positive aspects, favorable moment, win, increase of capital, great success, propitious occasion, negative aspects, intelligence used for evil, unlawful earnings, something you've done in the past coming back to haunt you. This is a physical aspect of yourself, so it had to do with something in your physical world, environment, money, finances, resources, your home life. Once again, are you on the positive or are you on the negative side of the card? It's for you to find out. Three of Swords. The division of Geb and Nut. Three swords. Separating two measuring wands. One on top, one on bottom. Division brought about Ptah between Nut, the sky, and Geb, the earth. Positive aspects, alienation, absence, delay, separation, uncertain evolution. Negative aspects, bewilderment, confusion, dashed hopes, broken heart. This is a social aspect of yourself. Being torn between two sides with the swords pointing at one side, which is words, rumors, gossip. This is a very controversial card. It could tell you that the words are telling the truth or they're not, depending on which way it looks. Up to you to figure out who's being honest and who's not. Social ask yourself. Reflect the past. Is there someone that's being honest that did something they shouldn't have, or is there someone being dishonest that they shouldn't have did? Coming back to haunt them and they're like denying it, acting like they're all innocent when they're not. Who's to blame here? Is it you? Is it them? Is it everybody? Is it nobody? For you to figure out. Death. Look, person over here and a person over here, balancing out what they have to offer. Karmic, good deeds or bad deeds. Positive aspects, unexpected change or changes, radical transformation in fatality, disillusion, spiritualism, necromancy, initiatory death, understanding of the mysteries of being, germination. Negative aspects, immobility, refusal of change, stagnation, delusions, serious illness or physical death, wrongdoing, negative influence of a place, an object or a situation, melancholy, old age, decomposition. Your emotional aspect of yourself. Are you in denial? Thinking everything's fine because that's what you've come accustomed to? Being a BSer? Or are you going to accept the end, the fatality, disillusion, spiritism, necromancy, initiatory death, understanding of the mysteries of being, germination, radical transformation, unexpected changes, emotional aspect of yourself, Pisces? Cosmic, spiritual, intellectual, physical, social, and emotional aspect of the self for Pisces in August of 2020. Queen of Swords for spiritual. Four of Swords for intellectual. The Chariot for physical. The Fool for social. Two of Pentacles for emotional. Queen of Swords Divine Feminine sees the lovers. She knows what's up, ready to cut heads off or give peace. Flowers, dove down here, or sword. Speaking the, divine, ready to judge, potentially judgment. Aspects of concentration, severity, grace, attentiveness, repartee, quick wits, intensively perceptive person, a subtle person, mourning, exile, privation, absence, cunning, cruelty, narrow-mindedness, maliciousness. Your spirit is telling you to cut away something and give peace to something else. Seven of Pentacles there. Remember, which aspect are you listening to? Are you ignoring the messages coming to you? Are you ignoring the coincidences that you might believe are just coincidences, but really they're not? Because that's how you've potentially behaved in your past, and now it's coming back to bite you in the ass if you don't learn from it. God's telling you something, and it's up to you to listen or just continue on what you've been doing. Four of Swords. Four men sitting there with their swords laid out, having a debate or a peaceful conversation, or just chilling, waiting for the next day. Maybe they just washed their swords and they're laying them out to dry. Aspects of truce, alliance, peace talks, calm after a conflict, interval, retreat, agreement, concentration, mental work, mental challenges, respite, rest after an illness, repose, replenishment, solitude, exile. Seven of Wands, which way are you flying? Which wands are you paying attention to? Are you either at a crossroads or you're in ignorance? What your mind is. You think you're not, but you are. Are you the one that's talking down to somebody, or are you the one that's like, I understand? Like, how do you see this playing out in your mind with the swords washed after battle to dry, to be cleaned? Your words need to be watched. Watch what you're saying. There's an oasis over here that you just got some water to cleanse what your mind is going through. Or are you too busy chit-chatting, talking about things and continuing the gossip? Think about it. The Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles. He's darting off with the two conflicting horses. One's black, one's white, and they may be pulling away from each other. This is a physical aspect of yourself. Your environment seems like it might be pulling you apart. Aspects of adversity possibly already overcome. Mental and physical balances, conflicting influences, hard work, secure home, resourcefulness, obstacles, turmoil, vengeance, hasty decision, emotions nearly out of control, failure, last minute losses, sudden collapse of plans. Are you able to keep the horses on the path running in unison? Or are they going to run you off the road because it's a new beginning and you've come accustomed to something that wasn't really aligned with your spiritual aspect of yourself? You're either doing great and you're having a good old time, or you're in the slums and about to hit rock bottom potentially. Either way, you're going to get a new beginning here. Physical aspect of yourself. The Fool, Three of Swords. Just play it off like it ain't no thing. Continue doing the fool thing. Being a little bit drunk with your arrogance. Even though it's light, it could be arrogant. See the light shining down the darkness around the dog, playing with him. Aspects of wisdom, of innocence, originality, annulment of reason, frivolity, lack of discipline, ecstasy, delirium, satire, cartoons, clowns, mime, madness, imagination, youthfulness, comedy, fun, lack of social grace, thoughtlessness, folly, extravagance, immaturity, irrationality, frenzy, enthusiasm, naive. Which side, or how is this card? Three of Swords here. Gossip, rumors, talk. Maybe if you weren't honest, maybe you should have been honest. Pisces, you're swimming down or upstream and fighting the current right under the waterfall. So you got yourself trapped in a, what do they call it? The whirlpool, but undertow. You got yourself caught in an undertow. Just continuing the swim frolly of the Fool. About to either fall because you have no faith in the right things, or if you do have the right faith in the right things, you'll be fine. Take that leap of faith. Cut away whatever needs to be cut away. Either way, you need to cut something, right? Two of Pentacles. Playing in the beach, in the water, but he doesn't see the snake about to bite him. Not paying attention to what maybe potentially can save him. Death. Right around the corner. But it also could be a new beginning. Death to something old. Aspects of changes, attraction of opposites, harmonious change, cheerfulness, new complications, excitement, news, message or letter, difficulty in launching new projects, embarrassment, contradictory changes, contradictory tasks. It kind of looks like the Fool, huh? Your emotional dance around, being a young version of yourself when you're no longer that young anymore. You need to grow up. Your heart needs to be healed. Needs to be cut away the attachments that are causing pain that you're ignoring. Universal fantasy, spiritual, intellectual, physical, social, and emotional aspect of the self for Pisces in August of 2020. Three of Cups for spiritual. Ten of Wands for intellectual. Four of Swords for physical. Two of Wands for social. And Knight of Pentacles for emotional. Three of Cups referencing being in harmony with those who are on your spiritual path and your divine purpose. Your divine feminine inside is keeping an eye on you, about to put you in check if it needs to. Cut you away. Seven of Pentacles telling you it's a physical aspect of yourself, your environment, that needs to be in alignment with the spiritual aspect of yourself and the social aspect of yourself right here, Three of Cups. So these two down here, she's going to help you figure it out, whether you like it or not. Ten of Wands, focusly paying attention on the painting, not being distracted or pervasive or seduced, focusing on the work and the task at hand. Four of Swords, diplomatic. Seven of Wands, which side of the card are you in alignment with? The Three Wands upside down, or the Four Wands with two crossing at a crossroads, flying with the wreath? How do you see yourself? How do you see your life? This is about what you're thinking about. So it's in your mind. You're listening, so you're thinking. Focus on the task at hand. Don't be distracted. Keep going. Keep flying. Be diplomatic. Be honest and true. Don't deceive, because it's going to come back and Somebody's going to stab you and kill you. Not literally, but maybe literally. I hope not literally. But, you know. The Queen of Swords will tell him to kill you because you're not doing what you need to do. You know, not necessarily physically kill you, but, you know, kill your mental aspects, and it'll give you a heartbreak or whatever you need to get the message is going to happen. You're either on your own or it's going to happen to you. Four of Swords, whatever religion you believe in, let's say it's Jesus and you're looking at the Jesus statue, worshiping it, when you should be listening to the message that the statue represents, not the statue itself. Okay? This is your environment we're talking about here. You're about to get in an accident of some kind, and it's going to bring new beginnings. If you don't get in the accident, that means you're aligned with the new beginning and you're not looking to be saved by a statue. You're saving yourself. You're getting on that chariot and riding it and holding on and controlling the situation. You're taking responsibility. You're taking the life into your own hands. You're doing what you got to do. Being responsible, mature. Get her done. Two of Wands, learning from your past, learning from history. Don't let history repeat itself, because the Fool's going to let it happen unless you cut away and get aligned and then take that leap of faith with the spiritual aspect of yourself, being divinely inspired, social aspect of yourself. So this is about your friends and family, learning about the past and what kind of mistakes you've done. Cut away those who need to be cut away, because the rumors and gossip is not helping you in this situation. Take that leap of faith. Don't be the stupid fool that falls off the cliff. Knight of Pentacles. Saving up, holding on to what you have. Waiting for that moment to where you can invest into your dreams and hopes and wishes. Because if you don't, you're going to get bit by the snake and you're going to have a death. Your heart's going to be broken and you're going to be an emotional wreck because you didn't do the right thing and deal with it yourself and be socially aspect of yourself, responsible, mature, taking life into your own hands. You're coming to a crossroads. You need to get shit straight. Excuse my language. You can do this, Pisces. Let's go. Get rid of that. Get rid of that person or that situation or whatever it is. Cut it. Go. Move on. Don't hold on to something that's not good for you. Sacred geometry activations for Pisces in August of 2020. Fertility. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. When the long, dark days of winter finally give way to the arrival of a new season, all of existence responds in glorious expression. The voices of songbirds fill the air. A hint of green appears on trees and plants, and people walk with a little more bounce in their step, a smile on their faces. Spring is a time of fertility, when all of the existence is bursting with the potential of new life, a time of expansion and promise. We see it around us in the outer world, and we feel it inside us in the inner world. It feels like a grand yes is breathed over us and into us from everywhere. Usually fertility refers to the ability to produce offspring in the new energy. We are invited to consider fertility as the potential to grow something new and inspiring, an idea, a project, a new paradigm. The blues and greens in the image refer to the fertile grounds on which something new can grow. The clouds remind us of the spiritual aspects of the fertility concept. like the birth of a new consciousness. The squares represent the form-based reality of our earthbound life while we are here. The bright flower shape at the top represents our connection to Source. The sphere shape at the bottom of our connection to Earth, equally as bright yet different. The beauty of flowers is a reminder of how wonderful life can be when expressed fully. Keepers of the Light, who has a message for Pisces in August of 2020? Lady Nada. Heart awakening. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. Lady Nada is said to be another incarnation of Mary Magdalene, but even if she is, the energies are slightly different. Lady Nada is a mighty spiritual priestess of love who once existed in the land of Atlantis. She is the light force that helps us awaken our heart to the divine love we deserve. The light keeper whose essence allows the light within your heart to expand, revealing a true, real, naked, and vulnerable aspect of our soul. She brings an opportunity to experience divine love, whether through a relationship, adventure, or experience. The cave of your heart is opening wide for you to experience divine love. You have an opportunity to overcome past pain, heartbreak, and letdowns. This is a wonderful time to cherish and love yourself, and then allow yourself to be cherished and loved by others. If you feel love revealing itself clearly in your heart, have courage and move into a state of trust. You are reminded that when true love is present, when divine love is present, there are no obstacles to overcome. It will be there, clear, pure, and real for you to experience. Your relationships are being brought into harmony on all levels of your life. Give and receive divine love with yourself and all those around you. Dragons, which dragons have a message for Pisces in August of 2020? Lilac Fire Dragon transmutes through the power of divine love. Open up to transcendent love and enlightenment, purity of heart bearings, peace, hope, and joy. These dragons are fifth dimensional, however, they can reach up into the ninth dimensions to access the awesome lilac fire of Source, which is a new energy recently graced to Earth. This carries transcendent love as well as enlightenment. When these dragons pour their lilac fire over and through us, we are bathed in divine feminine light, which has the power to dissolve all lower energies in pure love and bring us peace, hope, and joy. It also bathes us in the higher divine feminine qualities of wisdom, agape, and oneness. Having this energy in our aura may even allow us to experience bliss and ecstasy. When you choose this card, a lilac fire dragon will touch you with incredible ninth dimensional light. So call it in and ask it to touch you. As it approaches you, breathe in divine love and sense the lilac fire enveloping you. This will enable you to let go of the old easily, calmly, and graciously. Notice particularly how you feel when this dragon touches you and sense the purity of the love that it radiates. Ask this dragon to remain with you to anchor the glorious light of the lilac fire and take you into a new and illumined way of being. When you do this, the love radiating from your heart will become purer and more beautiful. People will sense this and respond with trust, respect, and gratitude. Consciously work with this beautiful dragon and notice the difference it makes to your life and the quality of love around you. Sacred power for Pisces in August of 2020. Source. Surrender fear with the power of prayer. Miracles can happen now. As a source of comfort and hope, prayerful thoughts strengthen your faith in love, life, and divine consciousness. Life isn't always happiness and joy. Experiencing sadness and sorrow is a part of life. Turning to prayer during times of trouble and darkness opens pathways for the divine will to act on your behalf. The power of prayer can be accessed by anyone, anywhere, at any time. When positive energy exists within and around us, it can help us balance any physical or mental condition. Divine Source speaks to us through prayer when we truly surrender our fear and open our heart to pure love. People tend to turn to prayer only in times of trouble. In fact, they should often pray even in good times to show gratitude and thanks for the blessings they have received. A continued flow of divine surrender opens us to new possibilities while increasing our strength on a spiritual level. Have faith, the ascended masters on heavenly realms will respond in divine deliverance in your surrender your heart to receive. By being open to the work of miracles, you allow universal synchronicities to bless you in abundance. Prayer helps your mind and body to become one. Divine communication is strong right now. Messages from loved ones, angels, ascended masters, and divine source are brought to you now. Pay attention to thoughts, feelings, and impressions you receive during and after prayer. Invoke your spiritual power and blessing from heavenly hosts and deities by surrendering to faith with an open-hearted, routine prayer. The power of prayer is strengthened by your spiritual state. Mantras open doors for divine communication. Using a prayer or dharma wheel brings purification and value to heart's requests. Right now, pray for the miracle you need. You're being divinely assisted. Affirmation. From the light of God that I am, I clear and open the way for divine miracles. I surrender my heart to 100% pure light consciousness. I embrace divine will through love and faith. Isis, what's your message for Pisces in August of 2020? Life restored. Priestess of the Phoenix. Spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of you or your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life. Just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death into life, so too will you rise again, healed and renewed. Life restored brings messages that a trauma ending, struggle, or apparent defeat is not the end of the story for you now. What may appear to be an ending can sometimes simply be the forces of ancient feminine power flowing into new pathways, pulling energy away from old forms so that they can transition into new forms. This can take a short or long periods of time. It can be over days or years, weeks, months, decades. It doesn't matter how long something appears to have been decaying, it will spring back into life at the right time. Just as the river Nile slowly adjusts its course over time, so too will the river of life that flows through you, filling you with life force and divine energy, move with innate wisdom. You can trust what is happening for you now. Something important to you is coming back to life. It might even feel like you are coming back to life after a period of increasing emotional numbness, physical or psychological struggle, or spiritual disillusionment. It might also be a lifestyle, practice, business, or relationship, new or old, that is coming to life now. You're guided by divine priestess of the Phoenix, Sister Isis, to turn your face to the sun. Just as the sacred scarab beetle follows the movement of the sun, you are now encouraged to focus on the light and life that is seeking you now. Do not resign yourself to the way things have been. Let go of the past. Be brave and bold, and allow the Phoenix Priestess to inspire you to realize that the return of life, the restoration, the resurrection is upon you now. Have hope and optimism. Just because something has fallen away in the past does not mean it will not have value and be able to grow in the present moment. Take what is going to be offered in your life, the rebirth that is happening, into your wide open arms now, and be assured that you have transitioned through the energies of death into new life now. Peace to you, dear initiate of the light. The past is over. Enjoy your rebirth. Wisdom of the Oracle, what is the message you have for Pisces in August of 2020? A change in the wind. A sense that unseen change has been initiated. Preparation for a storm. Awareness that your plans are not on firm ground. Feeling a shift. Uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra's stripes. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is the time of transformation, as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. Relationship message. Relationships go through periods where patterns seem out of sync with each other, and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. These rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart and to know what you need to be truly happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear, and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. Prosperity message. As you endeavor to create a prosperous life, you may encounter unexpected reversals that cause you to shift directions. This is a good thing, so there is nothing to fear. Perhaps an opportunity you sought went to someone else. Perhaps you pursued something that you suddenly realize is not your highest good. You might not be 100% clear on where you need to go, but you are certain that things are not going as planned. Circumstances are not in your control right now. Wait it out. All will be well. Even better, actually trust. Protection message. There are conditions brewing in your life you have no control over. Don't fight them. Change is inevitable and is for the best. For the higher good. Even if this storm blows away the structures you think you've built your dreams on, all will turn out as it should. You will have a renewed clarity and strength to do something even better. Spirit is your ally. Cosmic message for Pisces in August of 2020. Strength. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. This card comes to you to remind you of your inner strength and courage. Although you may be feeling weary and hopeless at this time, do not lose faith and heart. You are a lot stronger than you realize. Moving through this chapter of your life, you will understand the lesson of having to release your inner resistance and fears. By uncovering your true strength, you will have the courage to move through it with clarity, understanding, and compassion. Your prayers for strength have been heard. Release all fears that are blocking spiritual guidance. Breaking down walls will help you see, dear one, all the synchronicities and signs communicated to you. The spirit teachers of love and light wish only to serve the highest good for all, to offer guidance, love, and reminders of what you already hold within yourself. You hold so much strength, courage, determination, and perseverance. The first step in uncovering and embracing your true strength is to accept your current state, whether it is vulnerability, powerlessness, emotional fragility, or weakness. The second step is surrendering to the universal life force of love. Allow the third step, empowerment, to flow into your life naturally. Strength and empowerment will come. Use this chapter to find your deepest source of strength, to renew your faith and be all that you truly are, a spiritual warrior living in conscious freedom. Prayer. Great Spirit, guide me through this period. Give me the insight, courage, and strength I need to cultivate the source of strength already within me. Associated chakras. Sacral. Solar plexus. White light. White light oracle. What is your message for Pisces in August of 2020? Obadiah. Do not turn away from your path, nor from what you know in your heart to be true. No matter what appears to be, nor what logic may dictate, trust what your heart is telling you. You are safe and protected by Spirit. You are spiritually empowered with all you need to manifest your authentic soul path. You have what it takes to connect with the light and live that connection in practical ways which contribute positive energy to our human collective. Obadiah is the Latin basis for the word obedience. Far from conforming to authority, the original meaning was to listen, to hear, and to not turn away. The Oracle of Obadiah is about becoming a sacred rebel, giving up faith in the ways of the world and embracing the ways of the Spirit unconditionally. That means refusing to torture yourself with the horror stories that society and your own mind conjure up from time to time. This guidance is encouraging you to connect through your heart with the spiritual light, wisdom, and guidance within. The oracle asks you to believe in the Spirit, the power of Spirit, to show you the way through all troubles. There's a message from our loving universe for you. You will feel it in your own heart. You may consider yourself to be a feisty, independent, strong person, rather than one who is docile and surrendered in spirit. A vibrant and powerful personality may feel initial resistance or confusion when asked to become soft to the ways of Spirit. Yet this sort of obedience is not about giving away your power or becoming someone you are not. When we are receptive to Spirit, we become more unique or not less. This oracle asks us to get out of our own way. Often we make things more difficult for ourselves, even when our intentions are good. This is because we see things from a limited or partial perspective. This doesn't mean we should refuse to act at all. It just means that we practice sensing and following Spirit. By tuning into the heart, we will act from a more centered and wisely guided place. Our actions will be more likely to hit the mark. When we flow with the greater wisdom of life, far-reaching, positive consequences awaken. Recognizing the Spirit is wiser than your own personal opinion is the prelude to true awakening. The more awakened we are, the more genuine benefit for all beings can unfold through our endeavors. To be clear, the guidance of this oracle is not to hand over your power, nor to seek out Spirit to tell you what to do. It is always up to you to exercise your free will and live your life as you choose. Sometimes the responsibility behind such freedom might seem too much, but this is our task as human beings, to own our freedom and exercise it with wisdom and delight. When you trust your courage more than your doubt, you will be ready to listen to Spirit and act on what you perceive. You will be capable, willing, and ready to live as a light on this earth. You are also encouraged to ditch the drug of doubt. Doubt undermines your confidence and sends you on a mission to gain approval before making every decision. Approval can become the hit that alleviates doubt temporarily, but it prevents you from building the strength you need to listen for your own spiritual knowing. You have it within you to be spiritually sovereign. This oracle asks you to recognize your inner potential and to practice trusting yourself and your capacity to respond to life's unpredictable happenings with soul-honoring integrity. Starseeds, what is our message for Pisces in August of 2020? Starbathing. Light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. The stars are constantly showering emanations onto the crystalline grid of the Earth. When things are in balance, the planet also sends information back up to the stars. Many starseeds have come to Earth at this time to help shift the planet vibrationally, to activate the ancient codes of wisdom that humanity has forgotten, and all that information is stored in the crystalline grid. If you pull this card, you may be being called to begin working with the stars and the crystalline grid of the Earth. Some people believe that the crystalline grid of the Earth anchors divine cosmic frequencies onto the planet. You may be guided to journey to particular places on Earth to unlock these cosmic codes with your presence. You may also be interested in a practice called star bathing. Download a star bathing meditation. This card commonly arises because you're here to connect with the crystalline grid of the Earth, either in your hometown or by traveling to other places without quite knowing why. Also can mean that your light body, the energy body in its highest form, is being activated. If this resonates, take things extra slow in order to integrate this change of vibration. Starseed Activation. Place the card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. I open myself up to receiving the wisdom of the crystalline grid beneath me. May the stars and the earth inform and heal me, and as they do, may it heal the earth too. And that was your reading, Pisces. Thanks for watching. Click the links below. Become a Patreon, please. Buy a t-shirt. See you next month.